Hello Reformers, and welcome back to Warsword Conquest and Slythe's Adventures. And so what we are doing now is we're tackling once again another Wood Elf Lord, and he has ventured a little bit too close to our home base, shall we say. And I have once again been preying upon many lords as they have decided to run by foolishly in front of the Skaven powerhouse that is Slythe of Skavenblight. Now do bear in mind that of course I cannot upgrade my armor. If I could upgrade my armor, then I would be perfectly happy to do that, but I really do not want to be above the encumbrance threshold for magic, or at least for optimum magic regeneration. So that's basically the reason why I'm not doing that. If I did upgrade my armor, then obviously that would be pretty fantastic. You know, I'd be able to take a lot more damage and so on and so forth, but obviously as it stands right now, I'm not really using magic, so I guess getting some better armor would make sense, but I am going to be using magic once again very soon. I just kind of wanted to level up my firearms proficiency, because having a good firearms proficiency when you fight in, for example, sieges, or in some place where you actually have to defend yourself, you know, then that's a pretty good thing to have. You know, it's a good thing to have a little bit of extra, you know, offensive capability. And as you can see, my proficiency in firearms has skyrocketed since, well, I think 2 episodes ago it was at about 130, now it's at 199, because you can exactly see why. Look at this, we are gaining +3, we're gaining +2 every single time we get some kind of long range hit on an opponent. And I'm doing this kind of just randomly, really. I'm not actually trying to hit enemies, it's just because there are so many enemies kind of clumped up in one place, and it's kind of easy to get hits on them. And considering I'm using a warp-lock pistol as well, which is a 2-shot pistol, it is even easier as a result of that. So yeah, you can see here we're getting 1 proficiency basically every single time we gain any kind of hit. We are going to tell people to charge in now. We're going to tell these guys to charge in, and we're going to see what we can do. Maybe I can do... Okay, apparently Woodlord Dolwyn did not like us. No. He didn't like us at all, so he basically just focused me down straight away. That was actually kind of rare. I have not been one to die very often in this series, and I got to say that, well, that's exactly the reason why getting some Iron Flesh is a good idea, because even though we were a little bit, you know, we were a little bit forward, you know, I'll give you that, you know, I'll give Woodlord Dolwyn that, should we say, and yeah, basically, if I had been behind my units, then that probably wouldn't have happened. But anyway, I do like to get kind of close, because I kind of like to get in the action and have some fun, but obviously that is not exactly strategically sound. Anyway, there you go. I think that's a pretty easy victory for us. We do have to worry about the Wood Elves going in the woods, and there's Valance getting himself killed once again. And yes, we do have some other things to worry about when we get out of here as well, such as a huge amount of Wood Elf vassals kind of running around close to us. So I'm kind of thinking that they might try an attack on us relatively soon, but for the moment, we haven't really had to worry about anything. Well, with the exception of the constant raids against our villagers. And speaking of that, I have done something. I have made a vassal. And you know, the one of the fellows, basically I could have chosen between 2 different vassals. I wanted to choose a Skaven, and basically I chose, do you remember the fellow that had a decent amount of firearm proficiency? Mizules, I believe is his name. I have made him a vassal. And yes, it was actually kind of cool, because I did give him a pistol. I participated in a couple of battles. He gained 2 levels, and I put some points in intelligence and leadership for him, so that, you know, he would have, I think he has about 4 or 5 in leadership right now. So that's pretty good, in my opinion. And so I made him a vassal at that point, gave him some okay armor. I didn't really give him anything, you know, spectacular, but I gave him some stuff that I could afford at the time, because as you can see, my money is dwindling pretty quickly from all of these upgrades. And so I'm not entirely sure what I should do here. I guess we'll just get some more Master Gunners, and that's all I can do. But bear in mind that I do have a pretty large treasury at the moment, and we are actually still gaining profit, if you can believe it. We're still gaining about, I think it's about 3,000. Yeah, about 3,000 every single week. So we still have 54,000 in the treasury here. Obviously, as I showed you in the previous episode, we gained about, I think it was like, what, I don't know, 68, 69,000 from, you know, just that lump sum. And I'm trying my hardest to not take too much money from the treasury, because otherwise it's just going to go. It's just going to evaporate without us really having done anything with it. And so I'm trying to spend it in the best way possible by getting even more of these very high-powered units. I'm going to place these Poisoned Wind Globadiers in the garrison here. As you can see, I have 85 of them now. Yes, I have been attempting to get as many of these guys as possible, because even though I haven't actually seen them in a siege defense yet, for some reason. I don't know why no one wants to besiege me, but it appears that they're not actually doing that. They're just literally raiding our villages as much as possible. But yeah, there is also, well, there's obviously a vassal. I did give the vassal this, by the way. I gave him this particular village, and hopefully he's going to look after that. I have no idea where he is. Is he in here? No, he's not in there. So I have no idea where he is. Hopefully he'll, you know, get his act together, so to speak, and then we will be able to see him in action at some point. And oh yeah, I also gave him, I think, a nice two-handed weapon as well. He doesn't have a shield or anything like that, but hopefully he won't need it, and we'll see how that goes. Ah, hello there. There is a Wood Elf Caravan right here. Unfortunately, these guys don't have any prisoners, and as I've said, I have primarily been looking for parties, enemy parties with a huge amount of prisoners, because if you look for that, then you are basically recruiting units for free, and you're not having to do anything to get them. So I'm actually wondering, should I attack these guys or not? I don't know really. I guess why not? I mean, it's right there. You know, they're right here, so we might as well. Let's do it. Okay, 130 against 65. That's basically 2-to-1. Yeah, that's basically 2-to-1. Anyway, that's a decent enough renown value as well for this battle. I like that quite a bit, even though our battle advantage is 3 still. Oh, okay, that's kind of nice. Anyway, what we're going to do after this is I would like... Oh, they're charging pretty fast, aren't they? They are charging very fast indeed. Okay, I'm going to get my polearm out, and I'm going to try and survive this time around. Okay, if you could just get out of here, thank you very much. Could you just, yeah, there we go. Stop that mount in its tracks. There we are. That's exactly what we want to see. Let's get our archers back, shall we? Yes, let's get our archers back. This is not a good idea for them. Yes, being focused down by these wild hunters is certainly not the way that I envisage this particular battle to go, but yeah, let me see if I can maybe do a little bit of extra bonus damage. No, never mind. He's down, and he's going to be killed pretty soon after that. I should have taken a healing potion. I always forget I have these things. Oh yeah, I should also mention, I have 2 new companions. I found Eketi, as you can see right there. He actually just leveled up to 13. And I also found Bjorg, yes, on my travels, because I was basically just running around trying to do some salt trading, because that's basically what I do in my off-screen time nowadays. I basically, you know, fight a couple of people if I can, you know, just kind of like simple battles, people that are not particularly dangerous and, you know, are kind of easy, so they're not going to make for a very entertaining fight. And then I also trade salt, and that's exactly what I've been doing. So yeah, on my travels I found Eketi, who is a dark elf. He's actually a dark elf, which is kind of amazing, because that means that we have a little bit of a friendly rivalry going on between him and Slive, and at the moment Eketi is winning, as you can quite clearly see. He is not dying every single time he goes into battle in this episode. He's just leveled up, he's getting a couple of kills here and there, and he's actually providing some much needed damage, and that's pretty good. And on Slive, on the other hand, he's not having the best time of things. He's actually being eliminated basically in every single fight so far, which is not exactly great. Anyway, I found Eketi and I found Bjorg, and they are our new additions. Now, just bear in mind that I have, well, very small amounts of money. That is not good. I have 19 gold. I'm going to have to go back and go and get some from the treasury just so I can continue to do some salt trading and things like that. But yes, what I would like to do is try, if I can, to maybe weaken an enemy faction as much as possible. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to do that, to be honest, because I've seen the Empire. They're pretty powerful. I know that we tend to be able to eliminate them relatively easily. And this is the fellow I actually wanted to eliminate, because, believe it or not, this guy has been a thorn in my side for a lot of time now. And he has basically been the one to come along, kill our villagers, kill our caravans, kill everyone in Bugman's. He literally comes to Bugman's literally just to loot it, and that's it. He literally just goes there, loots that, and that's it. He doesn't even come up here to loot these villages. He leaves that for the peasants of the land, you know, the Bretonnians and the wood elves and so on and so forth. He does not come up here, so he's very smart. He's very smart in that way. But yeah, now we have him face to face with us. And I'm going to be leveling up a Ketty here. You can see he would actually make a really awesome vassal, although he does not have a good amount of leadership at the moment. And I don't know whether I really want to make him into a vassal, because he actually gets along really, really well with Bjorg. And he told me so like a couple of days ago. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool in my opinion. Anyway, I believe he is using a crossbow. Yeah, he's using a hand crossbow and a dark elf blade. He's also got some shade armor and cool things like that. So, what are we going to spec him into? Well, we could spec him into Weapon Master. Doesn't seem to really make much difference to do that, in my opinion. Maybe we should get some Constitution? Maybe some Constitution? Strength? Yeah, I guess we'll get some Strength and we'll get some Constitution just so that he can restore himself a little bit quicker, and that's basically it, I suppose. Otherwise, I'm not entirely sure what we should do now. I'm at 10% HP. Basically, I feel like it's probably not the best idea to attack this guy while I'm at 10% HP, so I am going to go back into our little town here, and I'm gonna take some money out, and I'm gonna rest up, and then we'll try and hunt this guy down and see if we can take him out. Alright, so I managed to get this guy into kind of a solitary location, and unfortunately it is a little bit closer to Empire territory, so obviously if anyone decides to come along now, then, well, that's just bad luck, because we actually do have him by himself. He's following us, as you can clearly see, and he obviously thinks he's going to win. Well, I have news for him. He's probably going to win. Alright, so we have 131 against the enemy's 185. So, generally, you know, he's gonna be outnumbering us. But we do have a battle advantage of 0, which is very good indeed. And, whoa, this is a really small battlefield. This is actually a really small battlefield. Okay, this is pretty bad for us. Maybe I can do something cool here, though. We're gonna go for ranks. Archers are going to form ranks. Oh yes, they certainly are. And let's get our other people in decent enough positions as well. Valans being a cavalry is not exactly great, let's face it. It's really not very good for him to be cavalry right now. It is kind of detrimental, actually, because he's the only one in our army. And he's not going to be able to do too much as a result of that. Anyway, let's move our archers a little bit forward here, move our infantry a little bit forward as well, because, of course, we seem to be out of effective range. As soon as we get into effective range, things are going to be very, very different, and hopefully we will have a good shot at actually winning this. Now, what I'm going to try to do here is I'm not gonna play all in. I'm not going to go all in on this, if I can help it. Basically, what that means is I'm going to try and do a little bit of damage here and there. Going to try and eliminate as many of the enemy's units as possible. You can see I have 52 archers, basically gunners, and, well, I'm hopeful that I'll be able to at least eliminate, I'm going to say, let's set a number, let's set 50, alright? So let's try and eliminate 50 units in the first initial wave, and then we'll see what happens. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to go, obviously, but at the moment it seems like things are going quite nicely because my gunners are automatically running away and skirmishing, so to speak, with the opponent. And that actually doesn't do that badly, because that means we can stay at pretty much effective range all the time, and we are preventing them from doing anything else. But obviously, me hitting with this gun is very, very difficult, apparently, for some reason. And they are seemingly avoiding, not annoying, but they are avoiding the lands. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. But, yeah, they are apparently avoiding him for some reason, and I'm missing all the time. I don't know why. Oh well, never mind. Okay, I guess I should just tell my infantry to charge in here from the side, and just try and do a little bit of damage here and there. Oh, that guy almost killed me. Did you see that? Oh, I killed a Reichsguard Knight. Very nice indeed. Okay, so I think, considering... Have they charged into us? It seems like they have charged into our lines, so this gives me an opportunity now to kill this guy. And then I should probably retreat. I should probably retreat as soon as I can get my hands on the retreat button. And, well, that's maybe going to be a bit harder than I anticipated, because all these fellows are wanting to kill me, which is not very good. I'm going to try and kill you in exchange, actually. Get out of here. Yeah, there we go. See, that's what I thought. Anyway, let's retreat. Let's take a note of our losses here. Okay, so... Oh, wow. Okay, so we actually lost 2 out of the 3 of our rat ogres. I'm actually kind of saddened by that, because I actually thought that was a really cool thing to have 3 of them, but it's okay. We can build a war academy later down the line, and we will be able to get those guys back. No problem at all. Otherwise, we've just lost 6, so it's actually not even that bad. We killed 44. Not killed, but, you know, we took out 44, and that's pretty close to the goal that I wanted. That was pretty good. So let's take to the field once again and see what we can do here. Now, we're going to try a little bit, something a little bit different here, because obviously that was a very small battlefield. I know, by the way, I think I saw a comment that stated that you can retreat immediately upon entering, and you can change the environment and the battlefield and so on and so forth. And yes, I do already know about that. Thank you very much for that, by the way. I just kind of like to go with the organic and natural nature of the game, and I kind of just like to let it play and just see how it goes. You know, that's just how it is. I kind of like that a little bit more than trying to min-max the environment, even though that's completely up to you. You know, if you want to do that, then by all means, you know, it's player choice. I think that's the strongest thing about sandbox games. The player choice is the name of the game. Anyway, we're going to attempt to get a couple more kills this time. I actually did get a couple of kills, and hopefully we will get some decent... What happened here? What happened with my proficiency? Huh. Weird. Okay. Not entirely sure what's going on with that. Oh well, never mind. Apparently something... Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So I did actually suffer a crash. So that might make sense. That might actually, you know, make everything make much more sense. Anyway, point is, apparently we lost a couple of proficiency points. I guess it's not really a big deal. We are going to gain those back pretty easily. Okay, so we've already eliminated 22. That's pretty fantastic. Hopefully we'll get a couple more as they begin to charge. Yeah, there we go. Kill that Pistolier Slithe. Very good. Okay, maybe I can get 2 more shots off before I have to go into melee. Take out that greatsword. Yeah, there we go. That was nice. That was a really nice hit. We actually leveled up to 22 from that as well. That's pretty cool. Let's try and see if I can kill this warrior priest. It's not going to happen, let's face it. It's really not going to happen. Oh, we did 70 damage to him and he still lived? What a crazy unit he is. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so there you go. We've eliminated about 50 of them. And I'm thinking we should probably retreat now, actually. I'm thinking we should do that. Let's do it. Alright, so we lost another 9. That's okay. No problem at all. We're Skaven. We're playing very, very sneaky. We're playing underhanded. We are not going to be playing on the same terms as an honorable knight/lord of the Empire. I'm not entirely sure how they conduct themselves usually, because I'm obviously not very familiar with the lore of the Empire, and I'm learning much more about the Skaven as we go through the series as well, because of course many of you are giving me really very in-depth comments, and I do appreciate that, because that does give me a much more grand overview of what's actually going on in the Skaven lore and all that stuff. So it's very, very interesting indeed. Anyway, as I say, I'm not particularly aware of the Empire. I just know that they have witch hunters and they have You know, they worship Sigmar, don't they? Or something like that? I'm not entirely sure. I only know what I've seen from Warhammer Online and Blood Bowl and the limited amount that I've played Warsword Conquest, obviously, but obviously there's not too much lore in that. And obviously, what is it now? Warhammer Vermintide. Yes, that's it. Warhammer Vermintide. I believe there is an Empire Knight in that as a playable character. And yeah, that's basically it. That's basically all I know about it. But yeah, I seem to remember that the Empire has really good ranged combat, as far as I'm aware, but it seems like they are being absolutely murdered here. Amusingly enough, this is a flat battlefield. Have you noticed that? It's a flat battlefield, and yet we are murdering them. Very strange, isn't it? Yes, I think the main thing that we have to take away from that is that having line of sight makes a huge difference to our ranged units. Because it's just crazy, isn't it? It's just crazy. Having this amount of range and then being able to not see your opponent, that is making so much of a difference. And then, of course, by the time we can see them, it's maybe a little bit too late. You know, maybe the Empire are right on top of us like they are right now, and they're making things a bit difficult. But you can see here that Slythe, he's not having any of it. Oh yeah, he's not having any of it. Anyway, what I'm going to be doing going forward as well, now that we have advanced our firearms proficiency, hopefully enough to be a little bit useful in sieges and things like that. That was the main reason why I was using it, by the way, because of course I can't use magic in sieges. Now that we've done that, we're probably going to be going back to using magic and having a grand old time with that. And don't worry, I think I am eventually going to be increasing my magic to 10 eventually, because I think there is a spell that is really good when I get to magic 10. And I think that I definitely want to be using that at some point in the future. But for me, right now, I think 8 magic is perfectly fine, and if I need a boost or something like that, then I can just obviously use my willpower ability, and yeah, so I think that's probably going to be it for the moment in terms of our magic. I am going to be buying some additional spells once we have the gold to support it, because many of the spells are quite expensive now, so obviously there's that. Anyway, I'm going to take a couple of pieces of items. Thankfully, we eliminated that guy. I am so thankful, because he has been so annoying, coming back to Bugman's and looting it over and over again. I'm so happy that he is now gone, and that means that we don't need to worry about him anymore. And well, we will need to worry about him, but not right now, and not within the next, well, shall we say 2 in-game days? I don't know how quickly they're going to shall we say, reinforce themselves. And we're going to get Ripnich here. Ripnich is going to be very good for us. Let's have a look at the book merchant, actually, because there might be something here for us. I'm wondering, I don't think there's a book for magic, is there? No, probably not. But, mechanical theorems, that's engineering, I assume. Fighting with swords, that's power strike. Life, what is that? Iron flesh? Not entirely sure, actually. Essays on logic. Is that tactics? Essays on logic? Is that tactics? Maybe. And treatises on the value of things. That's obviously trading, I would assume. So we don't really need anything there. Savage, Ogre, Man-Eater. Here's the thing. I don't really want to be spending so much money all the time. As I've said, I kind of want to keep as much money as I can get my hands on, because at the moment we are spending a huge amount in terms of wages. As you can see, 4,500, thanks to all of these very high level units. And hopefully Bjorg is going to come back soon, because you haven't seen the new Bjorg, because Bjorg, way back, he's nothing in comparison to this Bjorg. This Bjorg looks like he has stuck to a workout regimen and has literally drunk every single protein shake under the sun. And yeah, let's just say that he's become very buff indeed. And it's going to be very exciting for you to see him when he actually returns. Hopefully relatively soon. Anyway, I am prepared to eliminate one more wood elf. Ah, hello there. There's another 4,000 for that wood elf. And where did the other guy go? Where did he go? Did he just disappear? Surely he can't have just disappeared. We have such a good pathfinding skill. Well, maybe I need to get one of my companions to level up spotting or something like that, because spotting is certainly going to help out. Ah, hello there. Oh, Yes! Look at this! It is actually Lord Mizul's. He is here, and he is attacking this Wood Elf. We are going to help him out. Oh yeah, we are going to help him out. This is fantastic. Oh, we actually have an ally now. Isn't that amazing? Yes, I don't have to do everything myself anymore. That's amazing. Yes, that's very good indeed. Okay, so yes, apart from that, we actually do have a Tomb King's vassal helping us out here. But obviously we don't really need to worry about him. He's obviously just doing his own thing. And we will hopefully be able to do that as well. It seems like Mizul's is actually giving me his units to command, which is kind of amazing. Where is he, by the way? I think I bought him Storm Vermin armor. I think he looks like this, basically. But it was about 6,000, 7,000 for the entire armor set, and then I bought him some gloves and some shoes as well. And that was another 1,000 or so. So it was about 8,000 to kit him out altogether, which is actually not even that bad, considering I can get basically that from a full salt selling. So that's pretty good, you know, that's okay. I think that's pretty good to kit out a vassal and hopefully make them as effective as they can be. Anyway, we have Wood Elves here. We can't take them lightly. We must make sure that we do as much damage to them as possible before they actually descend upon us, because they do have some, you know, even though they're not known for it, or are they known for it? But I would say they're probably not known for it, but their cavalry is very good. Their cavalry is very good at what they do, and our assassins are doing so much damage. Did you see that? Our assassins are actually doing a huge amount of damage with their thrown weapons. Very surprising, but effective nevertheless. And we're pretty good at hitting with our pistol now as well, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, don't worry, next episode we're going to be going back to using magic, and we're going to see what we can do with that, because I don't think I've seen anyone say that the, oh, what is it now, the filth spell that gives you extra damage on your attacks, or poison, shall we say, on your attacks. I haven't seen anyone say that that actually does work with range, so I'm not entirely sure if it does, but if it does, then that's fantastic. That's really good, and I would like to be able to use that a little bit more often. Okay, I'm going to be a bit careful here, because I don't really want to get murdered, so I'm going to just stick around this tree a little bit, and we'll see what we can do. But I think we're okay for the moment. Wow, this guy has so many rat ogres. He really does. He has so many rat ogres. Oh, here they are. Hello. There's actually quite a few of them. This is not very good. Okay, let's tell our infantry to charge in here. Seems like the Tomb Kings were eliminated very fast indeed. Actually kind of surprised about that. I would have thought that the Tomb Kings would be quite difficult to eliminate, but apparently not in this case. There we go. Took out his horse, and hopefully we'll be able to eliminate him. Yeah, come on now. Come on now, there we go, there's a little bit of extra damage. Yeah, using the overhead with these halberds, very difficult to do indeed, because it seems to come across your body. Do you see that? It comes from like left to right, and that's kind of difficult to actually connect when the enemy is moving around, and you know, sometimes their hitboxes are very, very small in the case of killing, you know, wily wood elves and even goblins and things like that. It's going to be kind of difficult. Ah, Lord Mizul's is actually in the battle, but I don't know where he is. So hopefully we'll be able to see him in action, because I'm pretty sure he's going to be kind of spectacular, amazingly enough. I did give him a ranged weapon, as I said before. I gave him a warp block pistol, and I'm hopeful that that is going to result in him actually getting many more levels, and hopefully just being generally more effective in combat. And my shield on my back has actually taken a pretty decent amount of damage for me, and I think I probably would have already died. So you know what, I'm actually going to take a healing potion. I have enough of them. I have about 4 of them, so it would make sense for me to just use one just in case, because you never know, maybe we're going to get killed, or you know, at the very least take some more damage. And even if I do, then I will have a lesser amount of time out of action. Let's just kill that guy with my pistol. 100 damage with pistols. Pretty fantastic. Alright, so... Oh, that was it. That was it. There we go. That was actually one of the last kills. Rat Ogres and Eshin Assassins. Yes, that's what I was going to say. Eshin Assassins. Very effective unit, and I'm very pleased that they are on our side. And there you go. Okay, so we actually did lose quite a few allies, but nothing much from our own forces. Pretty good. There we go. And there we are. Lord Mizzles is very happy indeed. Good to see you here, Slythe. Together we will make the foe learn to fear our names and to quail at our coming. Yes, there we go. That is very cool indeed. Okay, so I will be taking these, or shall we say, I will be enslaving these, because I don't know whether you've noticed, but I do have a number of non-Skaven units in my garrison, but the whole point of that is just that I am enslaving them in a roleplay setting, and I am just putting them to work in the garrison. And if they do tend to, if they do get killed in a siege defense, then, my Skaven brethren will have a nice little snack to tide themselves over until the next attack. And we're not actually using them in our main army, by the way, so that's kind of the distinction that I'm making right now. If I do rescue prisoners, I'll just place them in the garrison. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.